Right. Now this next bit is a bit ludicrous. Woohoo!
Well, this is the area that Tim and I would make a lot of jokes about because, you know, producer type person, I need to shorten the game, cut it somehow. So this area, I would, you know, say, hey, we need to cut the beavers. Does that make sense?
He's like, no way, not cutting it.
Oh, well, the whole time we'd fight about it, and it was that one kind of thing where, that was the story I told a little earlier about the ship,
Yeah.
you know, and he said, Leslie, a game is like a ship, and the ship is going, and it's going to keep going until it stops. And I was like, what kind of logic is that? It has to finish at some point. So I was like, look, the beavers got to go, and it'd always be on the list. And he actually drew me a little pictures on a napkin of like the armadillo, the beavers on fire. And he's like, why did you cut me, Leslie? Please don't cut me, Leslie. And he would just poke me.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Let's go through here, shall we?
Hey, wait a second.
Now we'll go through here. So I think you get the picture. It's a bit random, okay? So we can't go that way. Oop.
Manny, this is a low-riding street rod, not a 4x4. We don't have the clearance for that kind of road.
Okay. This way then.
Híjole, mano. What sort of unholy Christmas tree farm is this, Gladys? Gladys?
Manny, check out this wheelbarrow, will ya? With a couple of ATV nubby tires on the back and a 2-stroke lawnmower engine, we could make one sweet go-kart.
Oop.
Ooh, careful, Manny! With the harmonic balancer turned off, those pumps might shake that tree apart. Oh, but... Oh! If we shook the tree down, those pumps would dislodge, and I could make high-lift shocks out of them for the bone wagon. Hold on. I'm going to unbalance that wheel with some of these weights. That'll shake her down for sure.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Okay, just give me a second to balance these doggies.
Whee!
Outside of the entertainment value, that didn't do what I had hoped.
I remember in this room, as in several others, Julian, we used a sound ambience that we recorded using a contact microphone on various machines, like Coke machines, other vibrating devices or machine-like devices that produces a kind of interesting hum. And if you put your ear up against a Coke machine, or I was just on the Golden Gate Bridge last week and I stuck my ear up against one of those, 300, 200 foot pylons, and it's amazing the resonances that are going on in those type of resonant bodies. And we would record things like that and turn them into ambiences for some of the rooms.
Right, now, this takes some timing. We've basically got to time it so it sort of... Right. Do. Nope. Ding. Right. No, you don't want to. Ooh, hang on. There we go. So you want the left to go differently from the right, so it literally shakes the tree apart.
Manny, until now we scraped along the ground like rats. But from now on we soar. Like eagles. Heh. Like eagles on pogo sticks!
Yeah. Car goes up, car goes down. Car goes up, car goes down. Car goes up, car goes down.
That our transportation wasn't ostentatious enough.
Get in! Or are you afraid of heights?
Okay. There we go.
Manny! What are you doing? Don't you know what's on the other side of that gate?
Yeah, the way out of the forest.
Demon beavers, Manny! They'll make you into a dam!
Relax, Geppetto. I'm not made of wood.
But Manny! They don't use wood.
Beep. Demon flaming beavers! Ah!
There's a big old padlock on this outer gate.
This one was,
How could you ever cut this?
I know, but programmatically, it was buggy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was hard. No one understood like how to solve this puzzle for quite a long time.
Yeah.
And so I was like, look, you gotta pick something, and we hadn't started it yet. And so this is a classic Tim technique. When you want to cut something, he will start putting it in the game
Yeah.
so that everything gets in. So yeah, funny.
Okay.
Come on, Gladys. Let's crash through this gate and drive right over those little monsters.
No way, Manny. Oh, those flaming bone beavers are mean. They bite, they claw, and if one of them wrapped around my drive shaft, I'd be picking flaming hunks of fur out of my U-joint for months. I'm not going down there until you get rid of them.
That's a rather icky picture he just painted there, Glottis. Right. Exit. So, adventure game logic number 362. When in doubt, when you need to know where you want to go, consult a signpost.
This signpost seems to be pointing the way to Rubacava.
Even if that means you have to steal the sign and stick it somewhere else. See, this is kind of the problem. Some of these games don't follow any sense of real logic.
Look out!
Yeah. I'll be very surprised if I get this first time. That way a bit. Okay. Second time? Bingo! How's that for luck? I know, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, seriously, how would you have guessed that? It makes no sense whatsoever. There's no hints, nothing. It just makes, Going down. Whoop. Aha.
I'm scared of that sign.
This is like a callback to those brave young men and their jaunty jalopies. You ever seen that movie? Those outrageous young men, their flying machines.
No, that I remember.
They're these two crazy movies from the 60s, which were all about, it was kind of like the Wacky Races, but a real-life version. Magnificent.
Yeah. Flying machines.
And it was like one of those movies, it was kind of like Wild, Wild, Wild World or whatever, like a Mad World, where all these people are chasing some crazy prize, but the cars in it always had things like that. I think that is a direct lift. Like one of the cars would have these hydraulic shocks that lifted up, or just crazy extending things.
Right.
It looks like some sort of warning sign. They'll tear you apart bone by bone and build with you a human throne. Their buck-toothed king will sit upon what once was you, but now is gone. This key unlocks the gates of hell. Steady traveler, use it well.
Okay.
Can't pass up an old creepy key. Doesn't do much by itself.
Hmm. So, got a key.
With those monsters on the other side, I'm happier with this thing locked. Doesn't do much by itself.
Okay. So I've got to figure out how to get rid of them. Oop. Oop, wrong button. Oop. No, hang on.
I still remember writing a big justification about tank controls when I was pitching this. People were like, let's make it so the controls are more like Mario, where you push it. No, point and click. I was thinking tank controls I thought were superior to point and click at the time, because when you're pointing and clicking, you're distant from the screen, and the screen is this other thing that you're interacting with at your fingertips.
Right. You're saying,
but when you're doing tank controls, you feel like you are in the center of the character.
Right.
And the world is rotating, the world's rotating around you. And so when you think, instead of going, I want to go on the left of the screen or I want to go to the right of the screen, you're saying, I want to look at the thing to the left of me and the thing to the right of me. And now, I don't know if that was necessarily the right decision, but it's a good piece of evidence that you can sometimes make a really good argument for the wrong decision, and that's something to watch out for in life. You know what I mean? Like, you can make a really compelling and in fact win an argument.
Oh yeah.
And be totally wrong.
Winning an argument has nothing to do with being right, that's for sure.
Exactly. It's just being able to make a good case.
Yeah, the controls were criticised a lot. People didn't like them.
This scene, actually, this is the beavers here, another good example of, like, why you have to have coroutines in games, because you know, at least in adventure games, you have to have like a script that just says, how's this beaver going to behave? What's he going to do? And at the time that people were making games, the scripting languages weren't popular yet. You had a lot of games in C, and somebody would have been trying to write in their game engine, in their game loop, and go run the beavers now. And in a scene like this, you had to be able to take that and say, this is how a beaver behaves. Right now, I'm thinking like a beaver. How would a beaver? He's going to crawl over here, and he's going to chew on these things, and then he'll get tired, and then he'll jump over here. The same thing with the pigeons and anything else. And that, again, it's like I didn't have to think about the fact that they were needed. They were obviously needed. I mean, that's one of the things that Scum had made very obvious. Like, you cannot make adventure games without coroutines. They didn't even call them coroutines, though. I mean, we didn't even know what to call them for a long time until,
Threads.
They were just threads, yeah. And actually, well, that was one of the early experiments. I actually tried to use actual Windows threads, because this is a Windows game. It wasn't a DOS game. This is a Windows game. We can use actual threads. And I initially did try and actually have different Lua threads, and it was just so heavyweight. Machines are so tight, and it was so much overhead, and it was so complex. And it was like, no, we need something lightweight. It needs to be really focused on what the game does.
Yeah, as a coder, threads are dangerous, dangerous things. You don't know what you're doing. I didn't know what I was doing first time. don't think I have anything I can use. No.
We were like, what is the fire? What is the flame source for the beavers? And they're like, well, they have a nuclear, they have a core. They have a nuclear core, so they're thermonuclear flaming bone beavers.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, flaming bone beavers. I mean,
You would think that
what
would be
does that remind you
controversial.
of? Yeah,
A band name?
maybe. Yeah.
Hmm. Ah, there we go. I need some bones. That's what I need.
I like to save bones for special occasions.
Bones, bones, bones. Can't remember how many I need now. Well, that guy coming a bit close. And this makes no sense. Okay, again, this makes absolutely no sense. Why, when you throw a bone in, do they jump in after it and sink? Yeah, boy. Jump in the tar. That's it. Come on. Jump. I mean, they can swim on the tar. Why? What is this? Oh, you know, I'm not going to spend hours poking holes in gameplay. I think this is the last one, I'm not sure now. Nope, nope. There we go. No, one more. Okay. Yeah, boy. Oh, hang on, I know what I'm supposed to do. I've forgotten, haven't I? Oh, I missed. Okay. Right. Just put them out. I forgot about that. It's all about timing. This is one of those puzzles that you have to time just right. Right. Okay, and then we need... There we go. Can't believe I forgot about that. Right, bone. Bone goes in. Fire extinguisher comes out. We spray. Spray and pray. Fire goes out, Beaver sinks to dead bottom. Bye bye, Beaver. Next! Yeah, boy! Huh? Okay, he's not moving. And I can't do anything. Hang on, what's happened? Oh, please don't tell me it's locked up. Hang on. It has. It's locked up. Ugh. Okay.